Hey everyone, welcome back to my new video. Today I'm going to be doing a Pike Shroud guide. Here's my build. So I'm running the Deadeye jacket, the Reza helm, Deadeye gloves, Reza legs. I'm running Drask's Fury. Again, you can run Emmermain. Strike Zeal doesn't do too much, but you can also run that too. These three are the best lanterns as of right now. For the Warpike, I'm running Reza Killer, so Reza's Warpike. I'm running this Warpike just because I find it to be the best Warpike available right now. You can run Deadeye, however, we're not going to be utilizing wound damage as much as you'll see with my cells. So with my cells, I'm running +1 Cunning, +3 Energized, +6 Savagery, +2 Shell Shocked, +2 Agility, +1 Conditioning, +2 Barbed, +3 Acidic, +2 Etheric Frenzy, Unique Effect, Evasive Fury, and Rage Hunter. So I'm going to actually go through why I'm running these. So the main reason I'm running Savagery is because it increases your DPS by double, so 200% increased DPS versus wound parts. Now that's only against wounded parts. And guess what? I'm running Acidic because I want to convert 50% of my part damage to wound damage, and what that will do is it'll actually make my part damage a lot less and allow me to do more max health damage to the behemoth, which will and then actually reduce my time taken to kill the behemoth. These two cells go hand in hand with each other, and if you want to do solo runs that where you're not farming and you're trying to speed run or something, then I really recommend going this route. However, you can replace Acidic with Barbs or something to get quick wound parts. However, Savagery will not work anymore if the part is not wounded, so keep that in mind. And this damage is not part damage, this damage is max health damage. Rage Hunter, just for extra DPS when he's enraged. Evasive Fury has very good synergy with the Warpike, and especially on the Shroud's fight. Because it's Shroud's fight, you're playing reactive, so you're going to be dodging a lot of his attacks according to his animations. And each time you dodge his attacks, you get an 8-second buff for 12% attack speed. If you can get it to +6. However, right now I don't have the cells or the cell slots to actually do that. Etheric Frenzy, just something on my lantern. And yeah, everything else is from the gear. +3 Energized, so you'll see right now that the Reza Warpike is actually bugged. So usually it takes one right click chain to fill up your meter to full. However, for the Reza Warpike it takes 2 full right click chains. And right now that's bugged. Well, at least I think it's bugged. I'm pretty sure it's not intended because it takes way too long to build your meter. But yeah, so in the Warpike I'm running Evasive Fury and Rage Hunter. In my lantern, Etheric Frenzy. My body, Savagery. Head, Savagery. Gloves, Acidic. And then Conditioning. I usually always have a Conditioning cell because I just love having stamina. And as you can see, Conditioning is usually put on weapons that actually use stamina as part of their attacks. So you won't see it too much on sword, but you'll see it on like Warpike, Chainblade, Axe, and the like. Yeah, you'll probably see me running Conditioning like pretty much 99% of the time. You'll see me taking a little bit more umbral damage. So that's fine. You shouldn't take too much damage in general. By this point, you should be able to know Shroud's moveset and everything, and it's more so executing your skill with the Warpike. What I want you guys to know is that you shouldn't be doing one chain and only one combo chain each time. You should mix and match between left click and right click because the combos are interwoven with each other. So now I'm going to go through the combos, and I'll see you guys there in just a little bit. Hey guys, we're back. I'm going to show you guys the run-of-the-mill combos for the Warpike. So first off, I'm going to go with the left click. So as you can see by holding tab, the left click has 5 auto attack chains to it. Right click having 3. Right click also consumes stamina, and you can cross over your combos. So what that means is if I do left click, and then right click, I can continue my left click chain just like this. Okay, so left click has 5. I'm going to show you here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the last one, 5. Consume stamina once you hold it. Right click has 3, each one consuming stamina. Watch my stamina bar to see how much one consumes. I believe the last one consumes more than each one. And yeah, that's pretty much the basic combos to it. Each time you attack or each time you do damage with the Warpike, your meter starts to build up more. Right clicking will build up more because it's doing more attacks at once. So if you need to build meter, then use right click. If you need to use If you want to do pretty much just DPS, then use left click. I find using left click more often. I find myself using left click more often because it allows me a little bit more freedom to dodge, because right click has you in animation locks a lot of the time. So one thing people don't know about Warp Pike is that you can actually strafe, or pretty much like hop left and right with the Warp Pike, each left click. So you'll see me left click and then I can hop to the right, or I can hop to the left. And this is all done by, so each time you click it, you can, and then you want to do your next part of the combo, you can click and hit one of your strafe keys at the same time, so A or D on your keyboard at the same time. Just like that. It's not very useful at all, to be honest. You'll see me using quite often. That's just because it just does it for whatever reason while I'm doing DPS, but I wouldn't recommend using this because it does consume stamina, as you can see here. Wait, let me get this right. It's actually pretty difficult to pull off, but yeah, you can see it consumes stamina. We also have dodge attacks, so left click dodge, right click dodge. Each time you dodge attack, it actually does one part of your combo chain for you. So if you dodge attack right click, if you dodge attack right click, it only takes 2 more right clicks to finish it. Just like that. Another thing people don't know is that you can hold shift and your left click button and move forward to do this. Now this doesn't consume that much stamina. It consumes as much stamina as a sprint does. However, at the very first 1 or 2 seconds, it doesn't consume any stamina. So as you can see, my stamina is draining. If I let go and click left click again, you'll see my stamina regen again. I continue to do this and I can sprint forever pretty much. It's good for situations where you're out of stamina and you just want to catch up to the boss. It's also very good for just running up to the boss when especially with Shrowd, since he's so mobile, to catch up with him. So yeah, every time when your meter fills up, every time you get hit or pretty much just get hit by Shrowd or any other behemoth, your meter does get halved and your DPS does drop. So the more you have in your meter, the more DPS you'll have. You'll see me utilizing not the missiles but my meter more often because I want to do as much DPS as I can. However, you'll have at least I recommend having at least 1 missile on you at all times just to boop Shrowd. Shrowd is boopable, and if you don't know how to use a missile, I'll give you pretty much a rundown on how to boop Shrowd with my Q. Just know that the longer you hold Q, the more accurate it is. However, if the behemoth is right in front of you, you don't need to hold it for that long. You don't need it to be a straight line because the hitbox is already right in front of you. So just hold it enough so that it just gets shot. If you hold it too long, it gets automatically shot and it just spirals into the air like nothing. You might get a lucky hit, you might not, but don't bank on it. You can also cancel your missile or you can cancel your hold missile by dodging out of it in case you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to shoot the missile at that certain time. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to boost Shrowd real quick, and then we'll get into the actual Shrowd video where I'll commentate on why I do things the way I do things. It's a very short video because Warp Pike actually does a really decent amount of DPS with savagery and acidic on it. Okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so you can see here he's just entering in rage. You see me using my shift left click to actually catch up to him or try to move, just run around without utilizing too much stamina. Here you can see me just doing DPS like the usual. So with the Warp Pike charge, you don't have to charge it all the way. So you can see him running here, so I'm getting prepared to boop. I didn't charge it all the way, I just aim at him. You don't have to aim at his face, just aim at his feet. I use my shift left click to catch up to him and continue doing DPS. Very simple, not that hard. One of the most easiest weapons to boop with. Here's another clip I'm going to show you where he's actually I'm going to show you how to boop again. Here he's going to slam and then he's going to run, and here you just see me going the direction where you ran from, and then don't even fully charge it, just run up to him or just Q him and then catch up to him and continue doing DPS. Simple as that. Alright, so now we're actually getting to the actual Shrowd fight. Just a little tip that I want to give you guys is that again, like most other videos I say, just be on him at all times. Make sure you learn his moveset, because dodging and whatnot is very important in Shrowd and Rezakiri and pretty much every heroic fight. And yeah, utilize your mobility skills, so left click and shift, holding that, so that you can catch up to Shrowd, because Shroud's very mobile. Here I am just finding him. Very simple stuff. The kill is around 5 minutes and 42 seconds, I think. And yeah, I'll explain why I do things the way I do things in the video, or in this clip. And it shouldn't be too hard if you're running the build I'm running, because I'm doing max DPS. You'll see me only break one part, which is completely fine with me, but if you want to break more parts, I wouldn't recommend using War Pike in the first place, because it will take a very long time to break actually, it takes very least amount of time to break parts, but it takes a long time to kill them because of the sacrifices you make. So again, here you see me dodge. Just let you guys know, every time you step in tar, you do take damage. That means your Q meter will get halved. Just to let you guys know that. So try to avoid that if you can. It's the only time I'll say to avoid that, because the more meter you have, the more damage you'll do. So you see me here utilizing my shift left click to catch up. You don't see me finishing chains that often because of the animation lock. So here he's flying, I dodge, and usually when he slams down like that, you get a free opportunity to do your full rotation. But again, I would recommend mixing left clicks into it, just because it allows you that extra mobility. So here you see me using the shift run technique again. He's slamming. As you can see here, he's already wounded, which is great for me because I do double damage on that part. Or not that part, but I do double damage to his health if I attack that wounded part. So you usually see me doing right click, left click, left click. And then if I have time, I'll finish the right click chain. You don't really see me utilizing the full left click chain that often, just because I'm not a fan of that hold at the end. But what you can do is do 4 left clicks and then finish off with a bunch of right clicks if you want. So here he's going in rage. I just pop a health pot to keep myself healthy. I use my mobility to catch up to him wherever he goes. Here he's flying again, just dodge as usual. And right click, and then right click, and then left click. Usually you don't take any damage because you should be able to react, but I took damage there. Slam, right click, left click, or you can finish your combo chain depending on how much time you're given. He runs, so I use my mobility to catch up to him, the usual. Very simple fight, guys. You don't even have to aim for his tail, just aim for the wounded parts because you do double damage to those parts. So here's a summoning clone. As a War Pike user, you should focus the clone first, because some of your skills have animation time to it, so you don't want to be stuck behind that with the clone around. So the clone's pretty easy to kill because you're doing double damage. Actually, I take that back, he's not wounded, so you're not doing double damage, but it's just easy to kill him. So you can see here pretty much everything of him is wounded, so I'm doing double damage pretty much at all times. It's like 100% upkeep, which makes the fight super simple. Again, he's flying. So yeah, very generic fight. If you watch any of my other videos, War Pike is no different. So you see me using my mobility to get to the 8th event. Just fill it up because I know he's gonna die soon just by the look at his wounded parts and how much damage I've done. I use my sound and my vision to see where he goes. Again, use my mobility to catch up. And continue wailing on him. Here he's soaring, so dodge again, right click, left click, left click. He's gonna run, so you use your mobility to catch up. And he's gonna die very soon here. Now he's tired, so you'll see me just right clicking away and then mixing left clicks in with it, and then finishing the chain with the final right click. Here I break apart. Usually in my runs I don't break apart, but yeah, Now he's dead. Very simple fight with the War Pike. Just because of savagery, if you do not want to kill that fast, then take off a little bit of savagery, or take off a little bit of acidic so that you do a little bit more part damage. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire fight. You don't see me utilizing the dodge attacks that often because it just wastes stamina, but I do utilize the right clicks often, and I do mix in the left clicks in with the right clicks. Do not finish your left click chain unless you really want to. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe, like, and comment if you guys enjoyed it. I'll be releasing more content. I'll be releasing Hammer for Shroud soon. Have a good one, guys.